Hello everyone and welcome to another video. So today in this video we are going to talk about the best aquarium filter that you can buy, or at least what I think to be the best aquarium filter. Now this is a sponge filter. Now this type of filters are available in different design, but this particular design is my favorite one and I will tell you why that is. Now these are also available in different colors as well. There is one available which comes with green colored sponges that also comes with a small compartment that has in which you can add your own filter media, but this design is my favorite. And there is also one design that also comes with a power head pump in which you plug that in and then the pump uses these sponges to filter the water. Anyways, let me explain to you why this particular filter is my favorite, or why I prefer non-pump version filter. Now to run this filter, all you need is an air pump. So as you can see, I've got in front of me an air pump here, and to connect these two we will need a small piece of air tubing. Depending upon the length of the air tube, you can decide where you want to put this inside your tank. So all you do is simply connect the air tube to your air pump, and you can buy any air pump in the market. There is no special air pump required to run sponge filters. Once your air pump is connected, you simply connect the other end to this part on the sponge filter. Once it is connected, you can stick this inside your tank using the two suction cup provided with the filter. One is at the top and the other one goes at the bottom like that, and then you can stick this inside your tank. Now let me talk about what does a filter do. The main job of the filter is to circulate water inside your tank, because if the water is stagnant, it is still the exchange of gases will not be possible. So we want the water to be circulating, or at least moving just a little bit, so that the gases that are building up inside our tank can escape our water and the water is habitable for our fish. Now the way these types of filters work is basically when the air is entering in this compartment, and when it leaves from this nozzle, it creates a vacuum inside this tube. Now to fill the vacuum, water has to pass through the sponge, and the water then passes through these holes that are inside the this tube, but the water can't enter directly. The water has to pass through the sponge, and when the water passes through the sponge, it gets filtered, and the beneficial bacteria that decomposes your fish waste starts colonizing their colonies on the sponge. Now what makes this filter better than other is that it is modular, meaning you can use any other air pump with this filter and this filter will still work. If the pump goes bad, you can simply replace this air pump with any other pump in the market, and still you will be able to use this filter without any problem. However, if you got these types of filter, this is a power filter, what happens is if this filter goes bad, the pump of this filter goes bad, you're pretty much left with this sponge, which is of not much use, and buying replacement power head for such filters is difficult because these are not easily available. So that's one advantage of using a sponge filter, that even if your air pump goes bad, you still got the filter which you can run anytime by buying a new air pump. The other advantage of using this particular filter is when it comes to cleaning. Now as I just mentioned, these types of filter are also easy to clean, but still you have to take this part out, and sometimes this doesn't stick well inside your tank, and also there is a wire going inside your tank. This wire is live, and over time this can break. Although in my experience I have never had any accident, even though I've had some very old filters, but I've never had any accident with this. But still there is a very small risk, because there is a live wire going inside your water. But with this, there is no electricity going on inside your water. All the electricity is being used by the pump, and then anything that is going inside your water, inside your tank, is this air, and air doesn't conduct electricity that well. Now the third thing in which this filter wins is the easiness of cleaning this filter. This filter is very easy to clean. Okay, So now cleaning this type of filter is also very easy. As you can see, I've been running this filter in this tank for more than 2 months now, and as you can see, it's become a little dirty, but it is not yet ready to be cleaned. As you can see, there is still a lot of bubbles coming out. That means it is not yet clogged up completely. But just to show you, I will clean this filter right now. So it's very easy to clean. All you do is simply take the sponge out. So let's start with this one. Simply grab this, rotate this a little bit, and be gentle with it because we don't want any debris going back into the tank. And take the sponge out and put this sponge in a bucket. Once you've done that, all you have to do is grab a mug, and I'm going to use this mug, and I'm going to wash the sponge with this mug of water. So let me just do that. So there it comes, the mug. Grab a full of water. Now we will use this water to wash the sponge. If I put the sponge in the container, you will get an idea that how dirty it is actually. As you can see, all this gunk that you see floating was captured by this sponge. So I will continue washing this. I do this squeeze a couple of times, and then our filter should be clean. So let me grab another mug of water from our tank. As you can see, the water is getting dirtier. I'm squeezing this inside the water, and the fresh water gets in and cleans the sponge. And I will continue doing this until I get some clean water out of the sponge. So as you can see, it is still dirty. So as you can see, this sponge is now looking clean. So let me just install this back, and we will also compare how this looks compared to the one that we have not cleaned yet. So let me install this back. Now installing this is also very easy. You simply bring in the filter like so, insert this in gently by rotating it a little bit, and our filter is now installed. So you can clearly see the difference between the two. This one we've just cleaned, and this one is not cleaned yet, and you can already see that the clean filter is already attracting the floating dirt inside our tank. So now let me just finish this one as well. So let's remove this. Again, what we did previously, just bring in your hand, rotate the filter a little bit. Make sure you're not moving it too much, because otherwise any dust will start floating back inside our tank. It's out now, and now I will just clean it in the bucket. Alright, it looks like our second sponge is also looking clean now. As you can see, it is not leaving that much brown or dirty water in the water. As you can see, let us put this back in our tank as well. So the same thing that we did last time. As you can see, there are holes, and it will go right in. And as you can see, both our filters sponge is now cleaned. Now that we've washed our sponge filter, don't throw this water away, because this water is very nutritious. So use this water to water your plants. So let me just do that. all you have to do is simply just remove this sponge like that, rinse this in your aquarium water, put this back on, and while doing that you don't even have to remove the filter, you don't even have to remove the air tube. And that is one other advantage of this particular design, because if you've seen the other kind of filter that you are seeing in the video, you can see in these types of filter you will have to remove the air tube first, then take the sponges out slowly. In fact, take the whole filter out, take the sponge out, you wash the sponge, put the sponge back on, put the cap back on, and then reconnect the air tube. That's a lot of work, especially if you have got a lot of tanks. And this filter gives you a lot of convenience. It's very easy to clean. You can stick this inside your tank and you never have to touch this thing, the air tube or this part. All you have to do is simply take this part gently out, rinse this in aquarium water, put this back on without having to touch anything else. And if while using the filter, if any day your pump goes bad, you can replace this with any other air pump that is available in the market and your filter will still work as new. So these are the advantages of using this particular design of filter. Now this is available in different sizes, in different varieties and designs, as I've just mentioned. You can buy the one that you like, but this particular one is my favorite. Now when it comes to filtration, all the filters work the same, right? Some of them do a little better depending upon the size of the sponge or the holes inside the sponge. This particular type of filter will be able to clean your tank very nice, and very small particles floating inside your tank are very easy to clean with this type of filter. And some people think that filter is supposed to collect all the waste that is accumulated at the bottom. That is not true. The waste that's accumulated at the bottom can only be taken out by using a siphon. So if you don't want to clean your tank, don't think that any filter will be able to help you out. So to completely clean your tank, water changes and siphoning the bottom of your tank is absolutely necessary. And that brings us to the end of this video. I hope you found this video helpful. I hope I was able to explain to you why this particular design of filter is my favorite and why you should get at least one. I've been using this for at least a couple of years now, and I've never had any problem with these type of filters. These are my favorite. The other thing is also, I forgot to mention, you can extend this tube up and down depending upon how much, at what height you want bubbles inside your tank. With that, let me conclude. I hope you found this video helpful. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.